Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. And you might say, Dave, this is not a prepping video. It really is related to prepping. I want to talk about the last couple days I've gotten some articles sent to me, and then this morning I got another one sent to me, same material, but it sort of pushed me over the edge to say, hey, I'm going to do this video because it's very upsetting. As prior military, when you look at what was left in Afghanistan, it's a criminal event. President Biden pulled out of Afghanistan in a very irresponsible way, leaving behind untold wealth, untold amount of military equipment. In his statement, when he pulled out, this is a part of his statement, he said, "The fundamental obligation of a president, in my opinion, is to defend and protect America, not against the threats of 2001, but against the threats of 2021 and tomorrow." I'm trying to figure out why he would leave so much equipment. I'm going to give you an article, go look at it. It's got some videos, it's got pictures, it's got the raw facts of what was left over there. It's astonishing. It's criminal. He willingly aided the enemies of the United States. He committed treason. You know, and when it happened, there was a little bit of uproar. But, you know, politicians on both sides of the aisle should be able to interpret treason, what he did, and why is he still in power. Democrats and Republicans should have said, what you did was wrong. When he pulled out irresponsibly, it cost American lives. Remember at the airport, one sniper has come forward and said he believes he could have ended this, but he had no permission to engage. It's criminal. And we as Americans sit on our couches, watch our TV, live our lives, and not, other than a few words, we don't do anything. Our politicians, right wing, left wing, center, don't matter who you are, politicians go along with it. They should have brought the government to a standstill and demanded accountability of an act that is clearly treason. You knowingly, when the Taliban were there, left military equipment behind on purpose. There should have been a campaign of utter destruction if we were going to leave it there. But I will tell you, that was taxpayers' money. That was money that people work really hard. People get calluses on their hands, and we send our money up there and they waste it. Or they give it directly to the enemy. I've had friends killed in Afghanistan, and knowing that the Taliban, that was just given the biggest gift possible. They were given all kinds of equipment, from planes to helicopters to you name it, sophisticated electronic equipment that should have been destroyed. But we sit on our couches, we live our lives, and we have no guts. Israel was rioting, protesting yesterday. The French even can protest better than Americans. Now, we do protest in this country, we burn down buildings, but it's for a different cause. It's not for a political cause in the sense of what's happening on the political front. It might be happening and you don't like something happens to individuals and they burn buildings down. But the American people, we are wimps. We are an embarrassment to the people that have come in front of us. The people that stormed the beaches in Normandy. The people that fought in World War II. I'm watching the documentary on that. It is purely mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. What soldiers on both sides had to do. The amount. We have people now that have PTSD, and I'm not downgrading that at all. You watch 30 minutes of actual footage from World War II, and you will see what those guys did in a week, in a day, is what some people faced in a whole year. Now, please don't say I'm downplaying the vets that have it. I'm not. I'm just saying shell shock was a term they used. And I can see why they were shell shocked. I have come under artillery, I've come under mortar fire. Not even close to what World War II vets faced. Not even close. We deserve a total collapse of our country. We have grown fat. We have grown content to sit on our couches. We have put money before principles. And I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the American people, and I'm also talking to myself. We have no backbone. We do not live by principles in this country. We live for convenience, and it's more convenient to keep our mouth shut. It's more convenient to go along with the system. There's people in jail right now wasting away in federal jails. And they're still there. And not many politicians on either side are saying anything. The left should understand that their people could be in jail too. It's the principle of a government doing things to put people behind bars and not helping them in their defense, but going beyond that and hindering the defense. The left should understand that. The reverse roles could be here. So I'm against any time a government is not following the principles of the law. So yeah, I'm bitching and complaining. But the answer is, what do we do about it? I look at my politicians. They're going along too. Even Republicans. Yeah, they might say a few things here and there, and they'll send out some, flyers to me because, I live in a conservative area. But they're still taking their check every day. They're still conducting the business of government every day. And they're not doing anything else. I look up to the politicians to say, hey, you guys are politicians. You understand the Constitution of the United States. But you're going along with everything. We have no more George Washingtons in this country. There's a few guys that I think are trying, but we don't have enough of them. And for George Washington to succeed hundreds of years ago, the average Joe stood behind him, stood alongside him. You're sitting there saying, Dave, I'm just one guy or one gal, or I'm 69 years old, drawing my Social Security, barely making it. I want you to go watch that, look at that article and watch those videos that are linked to it. I want you to see stacks of $100 bill, pallets of them. And that's nothing compared to other videos that I've seen with pallets of $100 bills. That is your money. That is money that was just wasted. Money that was left to aid the enemies of the United States. Enemies that the time we were pulling out, the day or days before, killed American service members. This is a criminal offense. This is treason against the United States, and nothing happens. We deserve what's coming to us. I deserve to be judged because of this too. I'm sitting on my couch too. So if you think I'm picking on you, I'm picking on myself too. I'm trying to motivate myself. This one incident is a criminal offense. But will anyone take it farther? Will anyone push it up? Will anyone charge anyone? No. The rich and powerful protect the rich and powerful. And the little guy sits out there working hard, trying to get ahead, and every second of the day our US dollar is it's losing value. So yeah, you can work hard and save your money, but what you're saving is becoming worthless because politicians on both sides of the aisle, Republicans and Democrats, are not, first of all, doing their job. First of all, they don't care about Americans. They're lining their own pockets. If you want to become a millionaire very quickly, just become a politician. And when you leave office, even if it's just a few years or a single term, you will leave very rich. or you'll have the ability to use what influence you gained while you were there to become very, very rich. And we continue to sit on our couch. We deserve judgment. We deserve judgment from the world. We deserve judgment from God. I don't know what the answer is. Complaining doesn't solve anything, but hopefully getting you motivated to think and say, you know what? That was treason. That was wrong. Look at the amount of equipment. I will assure you that equipment is vitally needed inside our country. I can assure you there's National Guard units, Army Reserve units that do not have the tools, the equipment, the weapons, the night vision to do proper training. Training, most guys that join the reserves, join the military, have no desire to go help the military-industrial complex, no desire to hurt or harm anyone in this world. They want to protect the United States. And as we're going through this, what was left over in Afghanistan is vitally needed. You could have really increased the training capabilities and the war-fighting capabilities of troops inside the United States by bringing that equipment home. There's units I know firsthand. I could give you names and numbers. I could probably give you vehicle numbers that have no spare parts, cannot get spare parts to function properly. It is no fun going to training when you know your equipment is not working, or you cannot train because your equipment is working. Or if you're going to train, you have to share vehicles to go through the training cycle or go through the training sequence. When I was in, it was a constant problem to keep equipment running. My Humvee was over 20 years old. Yes, my Humvee was over 20 years old. It needed everything. It was a constant struggle for the mechanics to keep things running. We went into Iraq. We crossed the border when we were ordered. We were there, sitting there, ready to go. 101st was one of the first people in with equipment that I prayed would keep running. It was that bad. Equipment, no up-armored Humvee. We had canvas doors, which we took off because it was easier to engage a bad guy without a canvas door. And literally, canvas zipper. We took them off. It was easier to get in and out quickly and do our job. That is criminal in itself. Going into a combat environment without protective equipment. I could go on and on. The military is broke, our country is broke, our relationship with God is broke. This country is on a path where the hand of God will be removed from us, and when it will be removed from us, we will all suffer, the righteous, the unrighteous. But we're content to sit on the couch. We're content to complain. Look at me, I'm complaining right now. Watching that documentary and those people that charge machine guns, knowing that 95% of them were not going to make it to that machine gun. We don't have the caliber of person like that in this country anymore. There is no way. If we took a 19-year-old kid off the street right now and just handed him a rifle, he would say, "Oh, I can't carry that. The weapon's too heavy." Watching the Russians get decimated sometimes with the Germans, hundreds of thousands of troops, and they kept fighting and kept fighting and kept fighting. We think we're immune from hard times. We think we're immune from an invasion. People say, "Oh, no one will ever invade the United States." With an attitude like that, they will invade the United States. I'm complaining, I'm bitching, I'm whining. But there's some truth here. We need to get off the couch. If we don't get off soon, it'll be too far gone. And I think we are already. Pray for our country. Thanks for watching.